You said to me that we need to give our teams and people around us what the government's not giving us, which is a sense of hope, which is that direction. How do you think we should? How do you think we can be doing that for those around us?
The government has put us in a position where they've led us to this position, and this is a good example of how you can use hysteria or mass marketing to nudge people into a certain position. The position they put us in, which is why they've done it on purpose, because they want us then to follow their instructions, and that is go and get vaccinated. Okay, it makes sense. I understand. From a public health point of view, it makes sense. But where they put us in a position is that we feel as though we need them to live our lives and to run our businesses. When in actual fact, what I said to you the other day is we've got to forget about that. All of us have got to forget about that. They might help us with JobKeeper, or whatever it's called, the Job Saver, or the hell the thing is called these days. There may be some assistance there, but irrespective of that, we have to take control of our own lives. And I don't mean we need to go and protest. I mean, in our business sense, we need to take control of our own businesses. And then we need to build hope within our own business. So if you are the proprietor of your business and you feel as though there's a little bit of hopelessness out there because you're listening to the Premier every day, depending which state you're in, then make sure that you don't bring that into the office as a proprietor, into the office environment. In fact, you've got to work the opposite. You've got to do the opposite. You've got to build your business into a business full of hope. You've got to build your business into a business full of engagement. You've got to build your business, and you do this all through communication. You've got to start to explain to your staff, your customers, and everybody else around you in your business that this will end. This can't keep going on. And you've got to then give them practical reasons why this is the case. And well, yeah, sure, Mark, that's you just trying to wind me up, rev me up, make me feel good. No, I'm not. I'll give you some practical example. We should have confidence in the health system. To me, I mean, I know we don't have enough vaccines, but all right, the government's made a mistake, but they're going to pick up on that, and as I said right at the beginning of this, they're using the narrative, the nudge system, and narrative and comms, and the catch-up process is going to happen. Don't worry, we will catch up to the rest of the world, and we may be 6 or 7 months behind, but mark my words, they are going hard, and they are going hard even if they build hatred amongst us all towards them. Even if we hate our premiers, they don't care. They know they've got to catch up, and they will catch up by that date in November. You can't recover economically until you get the public health piece sorted. And so I guess the advantage that we have is we're a small country. I mean, we have small numbers of people in this country. We are still remote, so we can stop the import of the virus or any other version of the virus. So we know how to do that now. We have a very good health system irrespective. These governments we are lucky that there is an election coming up, so the government is incentivized to push the hell out of this to make sure that we get to where we need to in order that they can announce elections so that they can get re-elected. We have summer coming our way virtually in a month's time. So, it's a better environment for us in terms of managing viruses, and we have long summers. So we don't have short summers like they have in Europe. So I think we have a lot of natural advantages like population size, all that sort of stuff. I actually think, to be frank with you, in my experience, and from what I hear from various other leaders around the world and business people around the world, Australian business people are extraordinarily resilient. We have a sort of a resilience, I don't know what it is. It's a positive attitude. It could be the weather. It could be our DNA. It could be our mix of cultures. I don't know what it is. Look how we bounced at the beginning of this year. I mean, like the economy took off. This time in February or in March this year, I was talking about a 1 in 20 year economic event, which was occurring. That is, there was a lot of liquidity in our country, like from governments, and that we were going to experience what I had only experienced once in my lifetime before, was a 1 in 20 year boom. And we were actually experiencing that boom was occurring. Then we got hit by COVID. That 1 in 20 year event is going to happen again. But you just got to be ready for when it does happen. And it's going to happen within the next 6 months. What I mean by 1 in 20 year event is a 1 in 20 year event of liquidity into a system, an economic system that finds itself eventually into all of our hands. We all start to reap this prosperity dividend, not just the mining companies and the shareholders of mining companies, but everybody in the economy starts to reap the prosperity dividend of money being thrown at an economy. only time I remember this happening that I've experienced was in the year 2000 through to 2004. And the country exploded because of it. That liquidity wasn't coming from governments. That liquidity was coming from other people around the world flooding Australia with liquidity. But this is an internally generated liquidity that's happening right here in Australia right now as a result of COVID. So these are natural advantages that we have. We have the ability to borrow money cheaper than everybody else. Everybody sees us as a stable country. Our governments have borrowed that money, have actually gone and borrowed that money and pumped it back into the economy. And the economy is full of dough. Just that right now we're locked down, so we can't go and access it. Given that we have this election coming up, they're going to release us. They have to. And as a result of releasing us, we're all going to start to enjoy this prosperity dividend. What we've got to make sure of is that our strategies are right, that we can go and get our hands on it. So start thinking about your strategies now. That's what makes us unique. And I really do believe, Daniel, we will have this 1 in 20-year event and will last for a number of years. You know, other countries don't have it. We have it better than everybody else. And it will last.